Hi guys, welcome to Lighting Dreams YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss an important legal topic, that is sedition. So the Supreme Court recently in May 2021 issued notice to the central government on a plea filed by two journalists challenging the constitutional validity of section 124A of the IPC that penalizes sedition. So what is sedition? So, whoever by words either spoken or written or by signs or by visible representation or otherwise brings or attempts to bring into hatred or contempt or excites or attempts to excite disaffection towards the government established by law in India shall be punished with imprisonment for a life, to which fine may be added, or with imprisonment which may extend to 3 years, to which fine may be added, or with fine only. Let's see what is the punishment for the offence of sedition. So sedition is a non-bailable offence. Punishment under section 124A ranges from imprisonment up to 3 years to a life term, to which fine may be added. A person charged under this law is barred from a government job. They have to leave without their passport and must produce themselves in a court at all times as and when required. Let's see the origin of sedition law in modern India. So the law was originally drafted in 1837 by Thomas Macaulay, the British historian politician, but was inexplicably omitted when the IPC was enacted in the 1860. Section 124A was inserted in 1870 by an amendment introduced by Sir James Stephen when it felt the need for a specific section to deal with the offence. What are the arguments in support of section 124A? So section 124A of the IPC has its utility in combating anti-national, secessionist and terrorist element. It protects the elected government from attempt to overthrow the government with violence and illegal means. The continued existence of the government established by law is an essential condition of the stability of the state. If contempt of court invites penal action, contempt of government should also attract punishment. Many districts in several states face a Maoist insurgency and rebel groups virtually run a parallel administration. These groups openly advocate to overthrow of the state government by revolution. What are the arguments against section 124A? So section 124A is a relic of colonial legacy and unsuited in a democracy. It is a constraint on the legitimate exercise of constitutionally guaranteed freedom of speech and expression under the Indian Constitution. Dissent and criticism of the government are essential ingredients of robust public debate in a vibrant democracy. They should not be constructed as sedition. Right to question, criticize and change rulers is very fundamental to the idea of democracy. The British, who introduced sedition to oppress Indians, have themselves abolished the law in their country. There is no reason why should not India abolish this section. The term used under section 124A, like disaffection, are vague and subject to different interpretation to the whims and fancies of the investigating officer. A very famous case related to sedition is the Balwant Singh versus State of Punjab 1995. So in 1995, the Supreme Court in Balwant Singh versus State of Punjab held that mere sloganeering which evoked no public response did not amount to sedition. Balwant Singh, who was the director of the public instruction in Punjab, Chandigarh, among other two, was alleged to have shouted pro-Khalistani slogans on the day of former PM Indira Gandhi's assassination. The apex court held that unless there is a public disorder, mere sloganeering cannot attract punishment under section 124 of the IPC. Thank you.